I love my Valentine.
That's us. Part 2.
Like I was saying about support systems, and you have to excuse this. This is pretty much like a marriage rant video for us. We haven't been on so long. We're just talking.
Venting.
There's no topic. If you're upset about that, I'm sorry. If you're upset that there's no scripture, my bad. We just venting right now. We had a support system of hundreds of people. And when I tell you, it felt like hundreds. He said it wasn't hundreds, but it felt like it. When I tell you,
it's like 20.
When I tell you that we were ill prepared for this, we were ill prepared for this. But then again, how prepared can you be for this? This is life altering. No matter how much you prepare, even if you got all the billions of dollars in the world, this right here is life altering. And so we had.
And she's going to sleep.
So yeah, she's going to sleep. We had just help from left and right and right and left. And I truly believe that was God letting us know that we had did the right thing. Because had I been a baby mama, had we did this out of wedlock, had we never got married or anything like that, I don't think it would have went as smoothly. I had a lot of stress and I had a lot of anger and things like that in my pregnancy. And I've had a lot of animosity or whatever it was and anger. I think it was resentment towards Robert because I can watch him walk out the door every day and he gets a solid 10-hour break of not hearing her cry, not having to deal with it. And I had a lot of that. But on the other hand, there's so much support and so much just ridiculous. When I really mean we have not purchased a single thing for this girl. We purchased blankets, formula, bottles, diapers, and wipes. That's it. Everything else we have was either a gift, a donation, some sort of hand-me-down, or something that someone bought that they thought we could use. The stroller, the car seat, the crib, her dresser, wipe warmers. Oh, we bought her diaper changing station. We did buy that. But that's it. Her pack and play, crib, all her clothes, every single piece of clothes she has, down to the socks, was either bought, purchased as a gift, donated. We're still getting boxes of clothes for her at least once a month from somewhere, or somebody is bringing her an outfit or this or that. And it really is just a miracle and a blessing to see God move like that. You don't really know what you're getting into when you have a baby. When we first told people, they looked at us like, here they go again, fast forwarding through life. They only dated for like 7 months, then they got engaged. Then they were only married for 8 months, now they're having a baby. And it was just like, we had some people look at us like, what is wrong with y'all? And I was telling my mother the other day this story that has nothing to do with nothing, but I was telling her about how we got our apartment. And basically, to make a long story short, after 2 months after we applied for our place we are in, they stopped accepting applications and started a wait list. And this was the only place in our price range that we could afford, literally the only place that wasn't a studio or a bachelor. And she was like, wow, so you mean to tell me if you hadn't got married when you did, and if you hadn't been looking for an apartment because you were married, and you hadn't applied, and you would have waited, you would have never had anywhere to live but a studio or some shack flat thing? And I said, yeah. When we were dating and engaged, we prayed a lot. We don't pray as much now. We should get back to praying like that. But we used to hold hands and sit and pray and speak in tongues and meditate on the word and listen for God's voice. We didn't do anything before God told us to move on what we were supposed to do. And God gave us our wedding date. He said 18. 8 is your number. 8 stands for infinity, because 8 sideways looks like the infinity sign. And funny, because we got married on the 18th. We moved into this apartment on the 28th of November. Lena was born on the 8th of February. That number, I guess, is some significance to us. And had we not moved when God told us to move, had we been waiting for what the world said to do, we would have been probably still engaged a year later, probably having sex outside of marriage and not caring, probably just living together and waiting on the wedding date, or still living at home frustrated because we with our parents. We wouldn't have our child. We wouldn't have this apartment. Listening to God's voice has really gotten us where we've been so far. So when I got pregnant, all I did was listen to God, and God really told me, I'm going to provide for your child. You don't have to worry about nothing. It doesn't matter if you work, it doesn't matter what Robert is making, it doesn't matter. I'm going to provide for your child. And He has done that in ways that I just, stuff every day comes for this girl. It is really interesting. And I think what has got me through everything I've been through, I won't go into detail. I know Robert wanted me to go into detail about how I feel about baby blues and having depression. I did have depression while I was pregnant. When I hit 7 months, I got randomly depressed out of nowhere. Um, just everything I went through, my father's passing and everything,
And
I just,
breastfeeding.
the breastfeeding not working and drying up and that stress, it was I just remembered God told me He was gonna make this work. So it's gonna work. And it's, even though we're still making our way and fumbling and bumbling, it's it's working. We're here. We're alive. We're clothed. She's clothed. We're fed. She's fed. And we're here. And so now we have to work on taking it back to our marriage and fixing the things that, well, not even fixing, just going back to doing what we were doing. We were taking time to talk to each other. And having a baby shouldn't excuse us from talking. And I've been talking for a long time, so you talk now.
Hi. Um, I think even this video is a example of being a man in a marriage and having a baby, or just being a man and your significant other is having a baby. Pretty much you don't have that much to say anymore. So I think even when she was pregnant, after, I heard stories about men getting run over and disrespected and treated a certain way, and I kind of jumped on the opportunity to let my wife know that being pregnant is an excuse for you to disrespect me, um, and that's only because I know women have the power, and it's only because it is your child that you feel obligated to take, not take care, but do the random things that they ask you to do, weird cravings, and going out there and looking for like the last chocolate donut and all this other stuff. Trying to get a taco at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I was so into Mexican food when I was
Stuff
pregnant.
like that is
Tacos.
just crazy. But I thank my wife because she at least knew I was coming from a place out of love. It's something to continue our relationship. Disrespect is, definitely a hindrance in your relationship, whether you know it or not. Um, and like my friend told me, it's just a question of, do you feel respected or do you feel disrespected? And that's the end of the day. Like we were initially talking about communication. Communication is key to everything. Being a father is hard by itself because not only you have to have like the whole weight of the world on your shoulders to take care of your wife and your child. With any man who has a baby has the same feeling. Well, he's supposed to have the same
Yeah, any real man's
responsibility
supposed to feel that way.
of having the weight on your shoulder, and you know how valid it is and how strong that feeling is that it causes men to run away. And to be that man to stay is, it's hard. It's not hard to want to stay. It's hard to keep that confidence in staying. Honestly, um, you know, trials and tribulations at work, co-workers not doing their job, boss yelling at you, you having a conflict with the boss, you come home so angry, you lash out at your significant other. Um, you know, you lash out and you, in a way, neglect your child by not giving them time, not looking at them, or if you look at them, it's like a glance, like oh cute, and then you continue doing what you're doing. You continue watching TV or on the computer or playing the video game or going out, and all these things are you have to be that example for your child. Especially, I have to be that example of what a man should be to my daughter, to make sure she's not going out there sleeping with every man that she meet, or you know, or just having seeking the wrong mate. You know, how I realized how strong a relationship is between a father and a daughter. Looking at my wife's relationship with her father, and you know, the issue she has is the issue that I don't want to give my child. Trust issues, and broken hearts, and unforgiveness, and holding on to so much stuff. But I appreciate my wife. I appreciate the fact that we had a chance to see her father before he passed with Lena. Um, I think she just waved. That's
Lena, we got 3 minutes.
creepy.
Not even.
Um,
2 and some change.
And what she was going through breastfeeding, because she had a discussion uh, on another person's page talking about breastfeeding is this, breastfeeding is that, and they're so ignorant to the simple fact is once that milk is gone, that is gone. And I heard the same thing from a coworker. She was stressed out. She had death in her family when she had her child, and and it really stressed her out to the point is she couldn't breastfeed anymore either. And having people tell you, oh, why you let your breastfeeding go, oh, you could have did all you could to prevent it. No, you can't. You cannot. And having that stress and weight on her shoulders, and having to be the man to comfort her, and I had to comfort her a lot. So, not saying I'm angry about it, but the realization is that is my job as a man, to provide and to comfort. And if my wife feel a certain way, it's my job to step in and to be that mediator between her and God, that mediator between her and happiness and joy and peace and all these feelings that are supposed to be positive. And even this child, I'm supposed to be the mediator for both of them, to make sure my child is smiling and having food and having diapers and having formula and having clothing. At the end of the day, we did get gifts. I thank you guys and my family and friends, and everybody giving to us, and even heck people on YouTube that want to give to us. Um, we really do appreciate. I appreciate the support of people. Like, I love my 5 babies, and even when she knows I didn't have new videos, she respected my wife enough to wanted to subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate that too. But I love my wife, and I know that building a family is more than just buying stuff. It's more than just being around in the vicinity of each other. It takes work. And a lot of times people don't want to do the work, and it causes people to divorce, it causes people to leave and all this other stuff. But like the Bible said, what God put together, no man can put asunder.